Hello everybody, this is Lovable Hatsune Miku here, and in today's video I will be telling you guys the story, about the time when I had to go to the hospital to talk to a crisis worker. And before you ask or judge, no, I'm not doing this for attention. This is just something that this actually really did happen, and it has been bugging me for a while, and knowing me, I don't like to keep secrets from you guys. I think it's important for you guys to know about this story. The day it did happen, I did post to YouTube in the community section about when I was at the hospital, and you guys were very nice and caring to me. So I think it's fair for you guys to know the full story of why I was at the hospital in the first place and why I was talking to a crisis worker. And if you guys think I'm doing this for attention, I'm not. I absolutely am not doing this for attention, because I don't want people to think that my life is perfect, because my life is far from perfect. Just because I have a good YouTube channel, it's not the most successful YouTube channel, but it's my channel. I try to do everything I can to make it the way I want it to be. And I don't have a perfect life. I'm far from perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect person or a perfect YouTube channel. It's just not possible. So with enough of me just rambling on, I'm just going to tell you guys the time I went to the hospital to talk to a crisis worker. So it was in the time of around the month of March, I believe, and I was going through a pretty rough time. It had nothing to do with me being in college. At the time this happened, I was in college, and March has always been a hard month for me, because it's, if you guys have not seen my Kiyomi video, it won't make sense to you, but March is the month that me and Kiyomi met, so I was kind of having a tough time, still getting over it and stuff, because even, after 5 years, it's still, a very, touchy, subject for me for some reason. So, I was a little bit, upset, and I told my roommate, Tiffany, that March is always a hard time for me, and she understood. So yeah, I said, if I'm in my room locked up, that's totally normal, don't worry, I'll be fine. But I remember one night, I was going to bed, and I was drinking water, and I got sharp pain in my stomach. So I called my mom, asking her if it was normal to have sharp pain in your stomach, because around the time I was having stomach pains and stuff and whatnot, and I guess whatever. So, before, she was gonna, hang up and say goodnight to me, she asked if that was gonna be okay, and I said, no, I don't think I'm gonna be okay. And she asked why, and I said, I'm just not happy with life, and she asked, why I'm not happy with life, and I said, I'm just tired of, being alive, I'm sick of life. And basically what I mean by that is, I don't want to be alive anymore. And honestly, it sucks telling your mother that you don't want to be alive anymore. I'm not suicidal or anything. I used to be suicidal, in the past, when my best friend died, with the whole Kiyomi incidents. Basically what I mean by that is, I don't want to kill myself. I'm kind of just, waiting for something to happen to me, I don't know, a car crash or anything. I'm not, it's hard to explain, but basically I don't want to be alive. So my mom was worried about me, and she asked if that was going to be okay, and I was crying on the phone, because I was just, saying I'm sick of life. I'm very tired of it. Because some days I have good days, and then there are just some days where I'm just, so tired of being alive. I find, it sucks, because some days I'll just, be sad for no reason, and I don't know why, and then I'll just be I don't want to be alive anymore. And it really sucks. So the next day, I made, I guess an appointment with the student success at my college. Basically what that is you can go to talk to people if you have problems about anything, or if you're, stressed about, college work or anything. So I went to go talk to one of the people there, and I was telling them, how I've been feeling, and that how tired I am of being alive, and that I want to die, but I don't want to kill myself. So they suggested that I, go to the hospital to talk to a crisis worker. So they called a taxi for me, and it was free. It was pretty awesome, actually. So, of course, I, emailed my teacher saying that I wasn't going to be in class and stuff like that. And, of course, the one day I don't go to class is the one day they cancel class, and I was really? But anyways, I went to the hospital, I went to the desk to tell them that I needed to talk to a crisis worker, and I texted my roommate Tiffany saying that I was at the hospital, and she said she was going to come see me after she was done class. Pretty cool, actually. And I asked her if, she could bring my Miku plushie, and I know that sounds weird bringing, a stuffed toy to the hospital, but I just really wanted my Miku plushie, honestly. So she said she was gonna bring it, so, I was, basically, when you talk to a crisis worker, from my experience, they, put you in this room. It's very, like, dull. It's just a bed and, like, maybe one chair, and there's nothing on the wall, no, like, pictures or anything. It's just a very dull-looking room, and you just sit there and wait until the crisis worker comes, and it's surprisingly very lonely, and there's cameras in the room, so I had to be careful of what I was going to do. Like, if I was sitting in a way they thought wasn't, like, okay with them, like, if they thought I was going to hurt myself, so I was kind of just, like, sitting, like, super still. I kind of, like, tried to fall asleep, but I don't know. I didn't want them to think I was, like, trying to hurt myself or anything, so I was kind of, like, awake and aware of the whole time. So when the crisis worker came, she was very nice to me, actually, and I felt bad, because I wasn't, like, in a happy tone. I was just like, oh, yeah, I don't want to be alive, like, this sucks. I felt really bad, because I don't like to mumble when I talk, but I was just, like, that day was just, like, not good for me. So she was, like, asking me questions of, like, how long I've been feeling like this, and I was like, oh, I've been feeling like this for, like, 5 years, and, like, I'm not always like this and stuff, like, it's just so draining, I don't know why I'm like this, and she was really nice, and so, yeah, I talked to her for, like, about, like, I don't know how long, maybe like 35 minutes, because I was like crying a lot, and oh my god, I was just such a wreck. So yeah, basically what a crisis worker does is that they ask you a bunch of questions of why you're feeling like this, or suggestions of like trying to help someone, or places where you can go to get help and stuff. So yeah, I talked to her for a good about like 35 minutes or so, and then she said she was gonna like they don't tell you, and they don't like tell anyone else anything that you tell them. Like, everything that you tell them is like secret. Like, they don't tell anyone else what you tell them, and I felt pretty comfortable, but I felt bad because I was crying so much, and I was just like, I don't want to be here, but I did appreciate her help. So yeah, after she left, I was waiting and stuff, because I was probably at the hospital for almost 7 hours, and it was a pain because I had class the next day. But anyways, continuing with the story, my roommate Tiffany texted me saying that she was at the hospital, so that made me feel better, but they wouldn't let her come see me, because apparently the lady at the desk told her that I was with the doctor, even though I wasn't. So I was like, okay, I don't know what crap they're telling you. So she came back, and seeing her made me like super happy. Like, before she came into the room, my eyes were like watering and stuff, so I was like, okay, pull it together. I didn't want her to see me like crying, so of course I put on an act, like everything's okay, like smiling, kind of joking around, saying, hey, like, how was class, kind of thing. And she pulled out the Miku plushie from her bag, and she brought like snacks and stuff, and she brought me like a phone charger for my phone, and it was like really awesome. I was just so happy to see her. Well, on the inside, I was like trying not to cry, but on the outside, I was just like, keep it together. So yeah, we talked and stuff. She asked me how I was feeling. I was like, you know what? I feel okay. I definitely need to talk to a crisis worker. I definitely need counseling. Like, I definitely knew I needed counseling. So, we didn't get to talk long because the doctor, like, came, and she waited outside in the hall. Tiffany, like, she went outside to wait in the hall, and of course, as soon as she leaves, I, like, start bawling my eyes out. Sorry if I'm pausing a lot. I'm trying not to cry. So, of course, I'm talking to the doctor, and I'm crying. And I think I only talked to the doctor for, like, maybe 2 or 5 minutes. It was really short. Like, come on. If you're gonna, like, wait for the doctor for almost 7 bloody hours, at least, like, talk, like, longer than just 5 minutes, because I know it's busy at a hospital, but waiting like almost 7 hours just to talk to the doctor for like only 5 minutes, it really annoyed me. And of course the doctor told me what I already knew I needed to do. He said, I think you need to go to like counseling. And I was like, really? Like, no, like, you know, I already knew I had to do that. So I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. So then he left. Then Tiffany came back in the room, and we were talking for a little bit, and then we were kind of waiting because I wasn't sure if I was allowed to go or not, because he didn't say I was. So Tiffany went to go like ask if I was allowed to go, so they said I was allowed to go. So we packed up my things, took a taxi home. Like, honestly, my my residence is like right across the road from the hospital, so it didn't take us that long to get back. So I like thanked Tiffany. I said, you didn't really have to come see me. And she's like, oh, you did the same for me and stuff. Because, you know, we have a very good relationship, me and her, like, as friends, of course. It's funny because when I got back, I was like, oh, home sweet home. And I felt like doing the dishes. And I knew if I did the dishes, it would have, like, irritated Tiffany, saying, oh, you just, like, rest and take it easy. You don't need to do the dishes. You just got out of the hospital. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I kind of just, like, as soon as I got back home, I kind of just, you know, did my own thing as if it never happened. And I was kind of just, like, laying on my bed, like, cuddling with my giant Pikachu plushie that Tiffany bought me. And I was just like, yeah, okay. I was in the hospital for 7 hours. Let's just pretend that never happened. So yeah, a couple of hours went by, and me and Tiffany talked some more, and she was asking if I was feeling okay, and I was like, honestly, I kind of forgot I went to the hospital today. So it was kind of like just like a playful joke, but yeah. That's basically the story of the time when I went to the hospital to talk to a crisis worker, and honestly, I hate it, because, you know, when you're a little kid, everything's like so great, you never think about those things, but then when you get older, depression will hit you in your life and stuff, or there might be times where you're suicidal, and honestly, it sucks. And I never thought I was ever gonna like go to the hospital for like that. I was on suicide watch, I think, when I went to the hospital, because you're not allowed to have your electronics out, but honestly, I had my phone out the whole time, and they honestly didn't care. I think it's if you stay overnight at the hospital. Thankfully, they didn't keep me overnight. So yeah, I am getting better. Like, that was like in March, and it's like, what, like May now? So I have been doing good. Yes, there are some days where I do feel like I just don't want to be alive. Like, I don't want to kill myself. I definitely don't want to kill myself. Like, if I was to get to that point again, I would definitely, like, I definitely don't want to kill myself. But there are just some days where I'm just like, please end my life. Like, me just like, not like joking around, but I'm just like kind of wishing for my life to just like, you know, it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. I definitely am supposed to get counseling, but I don't know when. So far, I've been doing really good. Usually, stuff that helps me when I'm like feeling really down is that I talk to my friends, like my friend Jeffrey, very nice friend. So thank you, Jeffrey, for talking to me. I talk to Tiffany too a lot, because me and her don't keep secrets. Like, we told each other, like, hey, if any of, like, if one of us feels like we want to die, like, just to talk to each other. Like, we promised each other that we wouldn't kill each other and stuff. So yeah, sometimes writing songs helps. I've been writing more songs lately, and that's good. Sometimes I draw. I try to like upload videos. Oh yeah, that's another reason why I wasn't uploading at the time in March, because I was going through that. Because it was just like, it took such a huge like effect on me. Like, I was trying to recover from it. That's basically one of another reasons why I wasn't uploading much. Not because of college, but because of that. Like, of course I wanted to upload more at the time in college, but it's so hard to upload when you're in college. It's really hard to make videos when you're in college. So yeah, that's basically the story about the time when I went to the hospital to talk to a crisis worker, and if any of you guys have experienced it, I'm super sorry that you had to go through that. I know what you're going through. Maybe not like the same, like, maybe not like the same reason why, because everyone has a different reason why they're talking to a crisis worker, or like something. Mine was just like, I don't know, I kind of feel like I was just like at my breaking point. Like, it just needed to be done. I was super happy that I actually did go talk, because it really does feel good talking to someone about like why you're just like feeling the way you are. And yeah, I'm sorry if I feel sad. I'm trying not to cry, because I really don't like to cry on camera, so I'm sorry, everyone. If you guys want me to talk about like more like stuff, like stories about this, I would definitely be happy to tell you guys the story about like how I got through depression. That one's very emotional for me. But if you guys want to hear like how I got through depression, and maybe, you know, if it will help you guys, like some advice I would have to give to you guys to get through depression, I'd be more than happy to tell you guys how I got through depression to help you guys, if that's what you want. Because I think it's good to tell your subscribers and your friends and whoever the heck is watching this video about stuff that happens to you, because I really don't like to keep secrets. You guys deserve to know everything about me. Not like everything, but what happens in my life, and I just don't like keeping secrets. Well, that's basically going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story, and until then, I will see you next time. Goodbye.